our trip up the avenue has brought us here to Middleterranean. The name of this restaurant is actually quite revealing because it is a fusion offering of sorts, Middle Eastern and Mediterranean cuisine. We are here on West Lake Street in Addison. This is what we Addisonians affectionately refer to as the entertainment corridor, funness always, across the street from the Marcus Theaters. So we are so looking forward to exploring this because it really is a niche sort of offering here, not just in Addison, but in all the surrounding areas. So let's explore all these textures and dynamic flavors. Come, please join. So as we make our way inside Middleterranean, you will see what a quaint little space this is. This is not a full capacity formal dining room, nor does it have to be. It's very well appointed, very bright. I especially like the woodwork. So you've got that sort of cut off the bark type of woodwork on the countertops and the console over here. So I love this rustic, authentic touch. It's very cool. And while the setting in here is simple, the food actually is not. We're going to see quite an array of tastes and textures. Let us explore them all together. So we are joined now by Tony and Niall, the proprietors of this wonderful establishment. So we're going to spend a few moments talking to them and getting some of the intimate background of Middleterranean. So gentlemen, welcome. Thanks for your time. So we'd love to ask you about this concept. So obviously Middle Eastern and Mediterranean. So how was this born?
Well, okay, first of all, we wanted to open up a restaurant that Addison didn't have. So you pretty much know what's up and down Lake Street. So we want to open up something different. And we just didn't want to open up a typical Middle Eastern shawarma type of place. So we had to I wanted to create something more, such as Eastern Mediterranean with the Middle East. So that was the concept, and they said, well, let's try that, so that way we'll set us apart from your typical shawarma Middle Eastern restaurant. So that's what that kicked off. So it gave me an excuse to go on a trip and do some research. So that was a lot of fun.
We pull the food from every region around, so from Greece, from Syria, Lebanon, Israel. That's the most important thing, is that when you come here, you have a little bit of taste of everything, and it's done really well. So,
yeah, very nice. Why limit yourself to just one of these countries? They all have such beautiful food and their own unique spin. So you've really combined them to give us a regionalized menu.
To all the countries, so we've dealt with the best of the best, and we've had the best of the best, and we wanted to bring that here into Addison, and then it's deserved, absolutely. So.
For sure. So if you want to do something unique, you're probably not going to open up another pizza place here, for example, to add to the 18. I love them all, but we do have 18 of them, right?
Absolutely.
Good deal. And speaking of other unique restaurants in town, of course, we are longtime fans of Rio's South American cuisine, and well, that's where we first met you, and that's right next door.
Correct. So we try to do the same thing that we did when we opened up Rio's. We just wanted to bring a different concept to the area. We did a little market research. There was nothing near it, nothing close to it. So I wanted to bring that culture, that type of food to Addison. Years went by, this place became available, and I said, let's do something different, that comes from our ethnic background, mostly my partner Nell. So he's got more the Mediterranean, Middle Eastern background. So let's go that direction, but definitely not do the typical boring stuff. Same thing with the Rio's next door. We used to want to do the typical Peruvian, we fusion it up, we changed it a little, modernized it, let's say.
Made our own. So.
Excellent. Now, how long have you been here in this location with Middleterranean then?
About 2 years
Approximately
now.
2 years,
yeah.
2 happy years.
Yeah.
Very nice. So things are apparently going very well for you.
Yep,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Great.
Business is really good, so.
Good. Love that you folks also offer catering. You're available for delivery through Grubhub and so forth. So just excellent offerings as far as making this food very accessible to our community. So we're very grateful for that as well.
Open every day, 7 days a week, 365 a year, holidays. I mean, we're always open we're here. So.
Excellent, excellent. And I can't help but notice that beautiful spit right behind you over your shoulder, Tony. And normally we see that we're so used to seeing gyros, but we definitely have something different there. So can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
That is, in Turkey, it's called doner. In doner, what it really means is roasted meat on a vertical stick. Okay, so it's called doner, it's called shawarma, it's called gyros. So it's just what type of meat we put. In this particular case, we have chicken, marinated chicken shawarma. Very popular, actually all over Europe. Everywhere you go, I mean, everybody's eating shawarmas. It's crazy. The craze of shawarmas, it's insane. It's taken off, and it's delicious. So we have the steak shawarmas, we have the chicken shawarmas. That's what we sell, and it's all 100% natural, halal products.
Excellent. And this is something really interesting to talk about, what halal meat is. It's actually a very distinct specification. The word itself translates into permissible, so there's very exact standards for something to be halal level. So it's very impressive that you offer this type of product as well, because it is a strict thing. You cannot just be calling something halal if it's not.
I mean, all the meat's halal here. It's very important to my customers who are Middle Eastern and who are even American. They like the way that the meat is processed, so it's...
What I appreciate about halal style meats is the extremely humane way in which the animals are slaughtered. That's probably the heart of the whole concept. You know, they don't want to be cruel to these animals, so I particularly appreciate that.
Absolutely. I mean, just let the viewers know is that the animal's cut and killed instantly and is drained upside down. So this way, you know, they don't feel any pain. Make sure that everything is, is drained out. So.
Right, very good. Because I do adore animals. It's not enough of a love to stop me from eating meat. I got to be honest, and I've tried. I do an occasional. I'll do like a vegetarian day. I've done a vegetarian week, but yeah, I don't see it as a lifestyle change in my future. But this is the best of both worlds. That you still want something that is a humanely processed thing. So really appreciate that we have that option here in town.
And I think there's no other place in Addison that's offering that right now. So
I'm sure not.
So we're very happy to be leading the pack at this point. So.
That's excellent. And one other quick note about shawarma. As you say, people are just crazy about it. And I've been to places, I'm sure you have as well, where they call it shawarma, but it's not. Like I've had chicken that's just broiled, cubed chicken. I'm like, this is not shawarma. Don't call it shawarma. That's why when I saw this, I was so delighted. It's clearly the real deal.
It is.
Absolutely. And it's our top seller, to be honest with you. But then again, we have quite a variety. We have lamb chops. We had lamb chop dinner. It was phenomenal. But the shawarma is our #1 seller.
And everything that's flavored here, it's not very typical. You can buy the shawarma spice at the store, I mean, anytime you want, but we flavor our chicken, our meats with our own special flavor. So it's not something that you can go to buy or go to another store to get. Everything here is custom. So it's the flavor that you get here is authentic. It's authentic in our own way as well. So.
Excellent. Very, very nice. So, gentlemen, we are delighted to have you here in Addison, and we're so looking forward to delving into some food now to really immerse ourselves in the whole Middleterranean experience. So,
I forgot, I want you to try.
Oh, yes.
You gotta try this.
Ooh.
Pinto. This is an Arab, very popular in the Middle East. It's a soda that it was invented by an Englishman, but in the 1900s. But as you know, the British have always been involved in the Middle East. And it is the #1 soda in the Middle East, especially now that Ramadan's coming up. I mean, I was reading up on it, that it is the #1 seller, and we're happy to carry it. So it's, again, a different beverage that we carry here. Besides, we have the Turkish coffee. We have coffee from Jordan that we started selling just recently. Yeah.
The coffee that we buy is imported. We go to the Middle East often, so we try to bring us, as big as of a pile as we can. So.
So you're saving us all the trip. You're doing it for us and bringing back the goods.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I'll make you some in a little bit too, so it's gonna have.
To have that with our Syrian ice cream, which I can't get off my mind. It's staring right at me. Okay, excellent. Well, gentlemen, thank you. And as always, we just wish you all the best in all your endeavors. But we appreciate what you're doing so much.
Appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
As always, thank you. So it is time for indulgence. We have an amazingly bounteous spread here before us of Mediterranean treats. So let's talk about what we have here. Gentlemen, we'd like to start at the far end of the table here, and this is just a gorgeous platter. Beautiful, gorgeous presentation.
Yes, there's a combination of protein, as you can see. We have our chicken kebab, then we have our kefta, which is a combination of ground beef and lamb. We have a chicken shawarma next. And the little round one right there, it's the kibbeh, which is it's beef, also has beef, cumin, onions, and cracked wheat. And it's fried, nice crispy in the outside. The two little mount ones are falafels. They're made with chickpeas. They're also fried, very popular in the Middle East. And our last one, we have a lamb kebab, surrounded by our sauces, garlic mayonnaise, our homemade hot sauce, and a tahini sauce. That is a must in Middle Eastern food. We go from one type of meat up to 5 or 6 meats that you could add up. You don't see the shrimp there, but we have also shrimp. And so you could build your own.
Fantastic. And that is what we all want, isn't it? We all just have our own unique, distinct palates, and to have that sort of plethora of choices in front of you is just a luxurious feeling. Fantastic. And then also wanted to mention, as far as your sauces here, you have a hot sauce. How hot would that be considered, would you say?
I want to say from 1 to 10, I want to give it a 7.
Okay, good.
So it's right there where I want it to be not too hot, but it's definitely hot sauce. That's the term, hot sauce. It's got to have heat. Other than that, it's not.
I agree. I'm always so disappointed when I go somewhere and I have a hot sauce and it's not.
Right.
I just feel so gypped. Like, come on, people. I want a little kick, right? I want to feel it.
Call it sauce then, if that's the case, right?
Red sauce.
Right.
Hot sauce is made here. It's made all with fresh vegetables. Everything's fresh here, so everything's made here. Yeah.
Cannot beat that. I'm sure the taste is amazing. Can't wait to indulge in that. Okay, great. And then here we've got, I hate to call them fries. They look way more exotic than that, but it's a fry of some type.
Yes, we call them Greek fries. So basically, our fries are blanched and then fried, and then they're topped with mayonnaise, garlic mayonnaise, lemon juice, spices. Then we slice some feta cheese, garlic mayonnaise, parsley.
Okay, fantastic.
One of our most popular items. We sell maybe about 1,000 pounds of potatoes a month because of these.
So yeah, people are clearly addicted to these. And I just love that, as you mentioned, that they're blanched first before they're fried. So they probably have a very cool texture that I can't wait to experience.
Absolutely, yes.
Great. Okay, we'll save this dessert item for the grand finale. So what have we here? Another platter of sorts.
Yes, we have a combination platter. It's our appetizers. Turkish is called mesa, but here it's called appetizers. It's called appetizers. So we have this is pretty much everything you see here is vegetarian. All right, it's very healthy for you. Maybe if you're watching your carbs, that's about it. But we have grape leaves that are filled with rice, tomato. All right, then we move on to this is our Jerusalem salad. It's very popular in Israel. Then we have the hummus made with garbanzo, with chickpeas, olive oil, cumin, garlic, many other spices, sumac. Then we have baba ganoush, which is a roasted eggplant. Then it has garlic, olive oil, lime juice, another great dips. And finally here, and this one here, we have our tabbouleh salad. Tabbouleh salad is also Middle Eastern, is been very popular in Israel as well. So these are some of the salads. We have more salads, but we couldn't feature everything here. But this is pretty much our popular combo platters that people would choose here.
And everything here is made here. This is rolled by my mom every week. And everything here is, fresh, homemade, and healthy. And we try to focus on health with flavor here. So which is a hard balance. Either it's really bad for you or it's really good for you, and it's blend. But we figure out a good combination between the two.
Yeah, that's excellent. And I really have to commend, again, the presentation of both of these platters in particular, because, it's not a fancy dine-in restaurant. It's not meant to be. Definitely that fast casual segment, which we know is so in vogue right now. The fastest segment as far as the growth of the whole restaurant realm right now as far as dining out. So I love that you have what's a very exotic presentation, even though you can be in and out in a matter of minutes.
Yes. Now, going back to that, Our food is fresh. Everything we make here takes a little. Nothing is pre-made. I've been to other restaurants and they have these on steam tables. Everything here is now the chicken. Everything we make is pretty much on scratch. So your wait here for a plate is like 10 minutes on average. But on the bright side is that it's fresh. I can't serve this tabbouleh salad. It'll be soggy. It'll be nasty. So everything pretty much that we order that it's definitely out of the hot is 10 minutes with the freshness. Our salads take 5 minutes. But I'd rather the customer wait a little bit longer to get a fresh product, or call ahead if you're in a hurry. But definitely that's one of the things that we pride on is that sometimes the food takes a little bit longer is because it's fresh.
Absolutely. And you mentioned one example, the tabbouleh salad. I can get this prepackaged at the grocery store, and it's packed with preservatives and sodium. It's not going to be anything like this, so certainly it would be worth the wait. And people can always call in ahead of time, too, if they know it's going to be 10, 15 minutes.
We're on E24. You can order off our website. I mean, we have everything available, so you can come and get the food as fast as you want. So we try to accommodate.
You don't have to sacrifice the freshness, folks. It's ready in a matter of minutes that are worth it. So there you have it. Okay, well then our grand finale on the table would be this treat. So we have a dessert of some type here. Looks ice creamy to me.
Yeah, it's a Syrian ice cream. And we introduced it about almost a year ago, a little bit less than a year ago. I went out to the Middle East on vacation, and my family talked about it so much that I had to go try it for myself. And I tried it, fell in love with it. So the next step, the hard part was, how can we make that here? So it took us like about a month to perfect it.
Yeah, that's it.
So we finally found the right combination, the right ingredients to try to imitate of what they do. Obviously, you can't compare it when you're in Syria, you're in the Middle East. But this is pretty darn close. As close as we could get it to. Yeah. It took like about 10 tries, but we got it.
Persistence, I'm sure, paid off. So what is it about the Syrian ice cream that's going to make it unique from ice cream that we're used to here in the U.S.?
Sure. It's not your typical, obviously you're going to taste it, it's not your regular creamy ice cream that you have. It has mastic gum. So it stretches out a little bit. It has rose petals, okay, pistachios.
One more question about this lovely Syrian ice cream. I just have to ask. So are there dairy ingredients in it? Is it a dairy product?
There is some dairy, correct. But what part of the trick is that if we really were to make it homemade, make it with a stick. Beating it. So I couldn't do that. We couldn't do that. So we had to have a special machine for it to blend it. But yeah, it does have dairy.
You have to beat the gum stuff, right? Because it's probably going to be like a jaw lock if you don't beat it.
Like if you see it when they make it over there, so I've seen how they make it in a wooden bucket. It is kind of like pizza dough. It looks like it stretches. So I was expecting the consistency of a gum, but no, I was shockingly surprised. And as I fell in love with it, I said, no, we got to have that here.
We're going to delve into all of this. We can hardly wait. Gentlemen, thank you very, very much. This bread is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
Been ravaging passionately through this Mediterranean food, and we'd like to share some of our impressions with all of you. So starting with our 4-protein sakatuya platter at the far end of the table there, everything was exquisite. Perfect seasonings, texture, juicy, flavor punches, delightful. The kebabs, falafel, excellent everything. We particularly appreciated the chicken. It had an amazing combination of spices. It's marinated chicken, and it's marinated with turmeric, cinnamon, curry, and cumin. So those 4 lovelies together really created a dynamite element, so that we found particularly incredible. It's incredible. Next, we had the Greek fries over here. Again, they sell tons of these, as was mentioned earlier. We can certainly see why. Nothing like them never fries anything remotely close to fries like this. The texture is so different in a wonderful way because they do the blanching of the potato first before it's fried. And there's the perfect amount of sprinkling of some shredded cheese on there. And then the garlic mayo, crazy. Those two words together are pretty special. Garlic and mayo, delicious. Speaking of the sauces, here is our holy trinity of sauces. We loved all three of them. The tahini sauce, very classic when it comes to Mediterranean, Middle Eastern type fare. Almost a peanutty type of taste, creamy, smooth, very nice accompaniment to everything, especially great with the falafel. The garlic mayo here makes an appearance on its own. Incredible. All the meat, everything was delicious in there. And we really love the hot sauce. Tony's description was perfect. You really get a nice kick, but it's not crazy overbearing. As he said, about a 7 out of a scale of 1 to 10, I'm spot on. Lastly, I want to mention here, we're making our way through the vegetarian platter. Everything here is also delicious. So fresh, abounding with different flavors and different textures. So here in the center was the hummus. And I know we're all thinking, we know hummus, it's good stuff. I mean, at any given time, I have hummus at home in my refrigerator. I love this stuff. It's a staple for me. This is nothing like we are used to from the good old prepackaged, the Tribe brand or the Cedars brand. They're all nice. They have their place. This is real. They make it here. You can just taste the creaminess that cannot be achieved by anything that's prepackaged. And with the olive oil just right here, drizzled nicely, fresh parsley atop. It's a completely different animal than the run-of-the-mill hummus that you get at the store. So that was fantastic. Also love baba ganoush. This is a hummus type consistency. It's crushed eggplant, but it really becomes more of a spread. So good. A unique taste unto itself. Again, fresh olive oil, some spices, and fresh parsley. And then the grape leaves, the Jerusalem salad, the tabbouleh, as well as these perfect pita triangles for all the dippage. This was fantastic. So even if you aren't a confirmed committed vegetarian, you will absolutely love this for all the fresh bounty of textures and flavors here. And if you are a vegetarian, you'll be in paradise. It's amazing. So because of the meltage factor of the Syrian ice cream, we had to delve into this first. Not that I had any real problem with this. I handled the conflict just fine. Syrian ice cream, homemade here as Tony described. It is lovely. It is unique and I love it. It actually has a creaminess to it. As Tony mentioned, it's not going to be a heavy dairy type of cream. It's not an Oberweis type ice cream at all, but it is creamy. It's smooth. It's delightful. And I really got the rose petal elements. You have this beautiful floral touch within this, so it's not a heavy vanilla. It's more of this floral thing. It is so different and so delightful. And the pistachios are great. Pistachios are my favorite nut, and so to have them as added crunch texture with this ice cream is just an excellent treat. And when I say my favorite nut, I'm not talking about people. My favorite people nuts would be my bro. Favorite right here. But regular nuts would have to be the pistachios, and they're so welcome with this Syrian ice cream. Again, where else can you get something like this in this area? Delight. Vimto time has arrived. It's fruit flavored. Oh, look at the beautiful ruby red color of this stuff. And it does say on the can that it's fruit flavored, and I'm definitely getting that element. So strawberry-ish, cherry-ish. It's sweet, but with the carbonation, it becomes just a fun, refreshing, fruity pop. Vimto. Cheers. Oh yes. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you very much, sir.
Enjoy.
That's red carpet service right there. All right. Thank you, sir. Turkish coffee. I'm talking about authenticity here, even down to this pot. You can tell this is a Turkish preparation. This is not microwaving or even boiling water in a regular American pot. Look at this thing. I love it. And look at the little cup, and you know what this tells you when it's a little shot like this. This is major. This is like jet fuel. That's going to be the ground up real deal, and I can hardly wait. Smells amazing. I'm already awakened. Love it. Oh, that's good. It is so deliciously strong, so be forewarned, but if you're into strong coffee as I am, you will find this to be a treat of treats. You do have the option to get it sweetened or not. I've gone with the more authentic preparation, which would be unsweetened. So this is just serious coffee business. Arr. So we've already seen examples of how amazing their food looks. So we'd like to do an overview of their full menu offerings here at Middleterranean. So starting with their salads, beautiful lineup there. Again, just all the freshest, bountiful, bright ingredients. One of the salads that I particularly have always enjoyed would be fattoush, just nice diced vegetables, and I particularly love the combination of lemon oil, parsley, and mint. Just amazing. And then in the center here, you see they have their bowls, the halal style bowls. Again, halal level preparation, so very impressive. But you simply pick your base, your main filling, and then a sauce. What I love about the base is that you have an excellent non-carb option. So if you want to do salad instead of rice as your base, you can certainly do that. So it's great to have that available to you. And in the last menu board here, you'll notice they have this signature chicken, home-style, homemade recipe. And the chicken is available in quarter size, half, or whole. There's also side dishes available for you to make a complete family meal out of it, so that sounds excellent. Also notice they have more sandwich-type stuff, pitas, wraps, with the same wonderful halal-style fillings available. They also have some platters. Notice there's a vegetarian option like we had earlier today. So look at the variety that you have here, quite an array, all sorts of things for you to explore here on the Mediterranean menu. Was this not an amazing journey to Middleterranean? It really was like taking a journey to these beautiful regions, the Middle East as well as the Mediterranean. What I love most about this place is that it's not some high quality fabrication of these flavor profiles. It is sourced from the motherland. It's the real deal. These gentlemen, their commitment to authenticity, top notch. So this is a beautifully special gem we have here in Addison. You'll notice that Middleterranean is right next door to Rio's, home of the fine South American cuisine that my brother and I consider one of our favorite restaurants anywhere. It's outstanding. So these gentlemen have a 1-2 punch of culinary excellence that we get to partake of right here in town. So we couldn't be more grateful for that. Remember that their food is not only available here in the restaurant, but also to go, certainly. You can order Grubhub, you can phone in ahead of time, and also catering. To me, this is the most exotic type of catering there is. Can you imagine how your party will be instantly upgraded if you have things like a Jerusalem salad, chicken shawarma, and baba ganoush on your menu? You would be the ultimate party queen of all time. So another great option for us. Friends, we highly urge you to get here to Middleterranean, West Lake Street in Addison, a very exotic and worthy journey up the avenue.